Hey there, Pat, Sakura, Carrie Lynn, Carla. Let me see. I just want to see. Hold on a minute. This is telling me I'm not signed into this stupid chat. I'm going to try one other sign in. Hang on. Hopefully I have it now. Let me see. Oh, I think, nope. It is so weird. I don't understand this. All right, I can't. I have to go to the other place. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's see. Whisper to Me, Carla, Chris Reed, Delia, Janice. I need your help, Delia on this Cricut. Janice, Muka, Veronica, Mary Kim, Kathy, Ann, Sakura, Sonia, Sarah, Deb on the Move, Evie, J May, Victoria, Sweetheart, Winter Snow, Laura Stewart, Megan, hi, Flower Girl, Victoria, Jaos, Ellie Cattails, hi, Evie Bubbles, hello, Carol Clark, Tanya, The Frilly Farmhouse, hey, Jess Jen, Deb on the Move, Evie, Crystal, CYNT, Robin, Mandy, Hall. Are you all set? Is that your regular profile? We need. Oh, do you have one too, Frilly Farmhouse? Here's my problem. First of all, I was getting the unboxing. I did my first project, okay? That's not the issue. There's so much. Your wife has one, Jaos? There's so much, hey, Wellowick. Well, you'll see. I tried to get my stupid unboxing and setup and first project up, and then my computer just went crazy, and I lost my project in my Adobe program, so now I've got to do it over, and I said I just can't anymore tonight. I've had it. It is fun. It is, but here's a couple of things. They came out with a new blade thingy, where you just have to put the tips on, so you don't buy a housing for every new thing. But it's almost impossible to, they don't put it in the booklet. I only learned that from watching a video. It's so, they leave out so much stuff. It can be frustrating, right, Delia? I don't know what, I said some things in the unboxing, and I don't care. I was honest. I said, you know, you guys should put this in here. You should put this in here. This is not very clear. Yeah, that's how I did mine, but it's just about the different blades. Like, there's a new system which came out like in July or something. I don't know. And it's very difficult to find information on it or to find it. I know you couldn't see the unboxing because it didn't go up yet because because my video got all lost, and now I've got to do it again. But that's not even the problem. You can't figure out the buying a file on Etsy. Okay, and here's the other thing that I don't get. What the heck? I thought we had that creative workspace. Why do we have to buy stuff? We have to still buy stuff? And you know what else? I think I'm going to write I think I'm going to change a little bit to my Cricut thing. $400? You think they could put a couple of other things in there? I mean, here's my materials. A swatch of fabric like this, 2 pieces of cardstock. Are you joking me? Give the people some vinyl. Give them the pens. You switched to a silhouette because of some of these reasons. But why do they have to? Okay, what is the thing? The cartridges is old, right? We don't have to worry about cartridges, right? That's an old machines or something. Because if you're telling me we have to buy cartridges now, this is just insane. No cartridges. So what is that crap with cartridges and people selling cartridges? That's for old machines? Okay, good. That's at least one thing, because I'm thinking like, crap, now I've got to buy cartridges? Let's not even go there. You just sold your old machine. Okay, gotcha. You would have a nervous breakdown, Tanya? It went fast. I mean, the card went through. I just don't understand why when I went into the thing, it was like 99 cents. What is that about? Oh, that's right, Frilly Farmhouse. You cannot create without internet. Isn't that something, right? They want you to buy their simple designs on the space, but they are so expensive. Paula K says, I love my Cricut, but good. The accessories are higher than a cat's back. But there are some fakers out there now. Have you tried any of the faker stuff? The faker blades and stuff? The one I got the faker tools and the faker mats with look exactly like Cricut and had good reviews. Oh, okay. Okay, Angel Kyle. Yeah, I didn't even realize you got an extra night, because I didn't even realize and take bonus night. It's that die cutter. Yeah, I saw people using the Dollar Tree vinyl, of course, and the transfer stuff, but I kept getting so scared because when I was reading about transfer paper, there were people there doing reviews saying that the transfer tape took everything off their mat, made a mess of their vinyl. So I was scared to death to get something that a little stressful. What's crafting without a little stress, really, though? It was so funny. I saw this review on QVC. It was hysterical. Everybody was saying great things. I love this machine. I can't believe this machine. This is the machine of my dreams. And then there's this lady, and oh my gosh, I can imagine I mean, I know some people that had a really hard time setting up their Alexa. So I'm imagining that it was someone along these lines. She went to town saying how frustrated she was. That's it. I'd rather get a cutting mat and I'll get a pair of scissors. I don't need this crap. This is so frustrating. And I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't let that be anything like that. Hi, Danielle. You made leather earrings and they screwed up my mat the third time. What did? The transfer? What did? What screwed up your mat? The leather? You re-stickied them? How? How'd you re-sticky them? I think we should have some kind of a live tutorial. Like if everybody could come on live that has one, maybe we should do that so that we could all be frustrated together and learn tips together and try a project together. If you wash them then they get sticky again? I thought that would take all the sticky off. You don't even have to. Yeah, you do, because how, L. Jackson? How will you do that? seriously, I would like to do a live with Cricut people. If you're a Cricut person, email me so we can do a live with Cricut people so we don't bother the other people that are not Cricut people. To clean it, Paula K? Oh gosh, I need some help. Okay, but to clean it, but then wouldn't that take all the sticky off? I'm lost. You'd love it, L. Jackson? Okay, good. So email me so we can get together and get a time here where we can go on and not bother the non-Cricut people. It wouldn't? So what is it that... You'll have to talk to me another... Yeah. The soapy water makes it sticky again. And they don't tell you that, right? Because they want you to keep buying another mat and another mat, right? Just use alcohol? You can come too then, Kathy. Anybody that wants to know, but I just don't want to bore people that their instructions are not good, okay? A cleaner and a scraper. Oh, there's so much I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. What are we cleaning the mats from? The only thing I've cut on my mat so far was the cardstock that they put in the box. I didn't do any vinyl or anything like that. But what I can't find out, let's just say I want to make a name. Like, let's say I want to just do, say, a water bottle, and I just want to put a name going down. Can I go in there somewhere without any money and just use a font and make the thing and cut it out? Because it didn't look like I could do that. I went to go font and it said, go search for fonts or something. Yes, Carrie Lynn. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm just having a moment. Just give me the moment and we'll get back to the true crime. I can do that? Okay. All right. You have limited fonts? And let me guess, you have to buy them? There's got to be a hack. Isn't there a hack for that, Frilly Farmhouse, where you can just go in? Because I saw people hacking stuff. I saw something about a hack in there, like how to make it print out a full page of stickers and how to make it do something else. See, we need Cricut classes. All right. Well, we're going to find it in the Cricut classes, okay? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sakura. Oh, please, Samantha Hill, thank you. Samantha Hill, can you email me? Do you have my email, Carolyn@truecrimechat.org, so we could try to get together and get a class going? And those of you that want to do the Cricut class, are you in the Slack? Are you in the Slack craft group? So like I could call you and we could form a new Cricut group and see how many people have Cricuts? Okay, I know you are the Frilly Farmhouse, but Paula, I don't know. Are you in Slack, or can you email me? Hi, Janelle. You're not in that group, J.O.S.? Okay, email me, J.O.S., and I'll get you in, and we'll have a Cricut group and try to get a live so we don't bother the other people that are non-Cricuts. Hi, Kelly. Okay, good. All right. Okay, non-Cricut people, we won't bother you anymore. Email me, Dalia. We'll get you in there. You're on Slack, right, Kathy? I'll make an announcement in the craft group that everybody that has a Cricut wants to come on over. You bet I could have missed them at my store weeks ago. What are you talking about, Tara? Are you talking about music boxes and stuff? You don't need that much. You can get it on QVC on the Easy Pay. A Cricut, Mrs. Roger Robert? It's that the die cutter machine. So it cuts leather and it cuts felt and not felt, foam and material, wood, balsa wood. Does a lot of things. It does engraving too, it says. You have a silhouette? Okay, it's okay. You can join too. Adacora, just send me an email and we'll get a die cutting group. Cricut. Yeah, no, don't get me saying it the wrong way, because my daughter had me saying it the wrong way for a long time. Okay, so I didn't get to change the, but I have some scoop about I heard a couple of people email me about the book. Do you want to hear about Chris Watts's letters book, what they said? You soldiers, because you were limited. A guy created a program, but, oh, he sued them? Okay. Use the Carolyn at truecrimechat.org. All right, here's what I was sent now. Melinda said she would come on and talk about it, but she's usually asleep at this time. So we'll see. But she did send me some stuff, and so did someone else. So let's see what they said. Okay. All right. So Melinda said, I've read it front to back. That was fast. And I believe it's not all what it appears. Would love to call in and give my take, but I can never stay up that late. Reading between the lines, there are several very demure hints, as well as several pretty obvious hints, that this is a Watts nugget to establish Watts being incompetent. It is not a Shanann smear campaign, in my opinion. Hold on a minute. There are a few things that Chris Watts says that allude to it, and then he talks out of the other side of his arse. Would love to talk to you and tell you what it really says. So I told her, so I'm probably going to have to talk to her and then talk to you guys, but now I've got another one too. Hang on. Okay, this is from Jennifer. I received the letters from Christopher Book, so I figured I'd give you some details. From what I've read, the book goes more in depth into what we already knew. CW totally plays into things mentioned on YouTube. He talks about his dream of laying on the bed in the house with all the lights on and his family missing. He claims the house was haunted. That's haunted or possessed. Amityville horror ? LOL. She put that in. He says the lights came on after he turned them off. What is he trying to make nobody buy the house because it's haunted now? That's crazy. Playing on the video of the cops coming into the house and the lights being on. After he was incarcerated, he also mentions the cops hearing the creepy voice in the closet during the K9 search, that little giggly thing. Again, playing off what YouTube has shown, right? He portrays NK as demanding and being very upset when he told her Shanann was having a boy, and that they both, now this is the part I'm confused on, and I asked Jennifer for some clarity. She says, and that they both planned Nico. Now, who does she mean by both? Is she trying to say he's now alluding that he and NK planned Nico? Because that's a total lie, and Sandy Rusak will tell you that. Okay. So I have to find out what she meant by that. He mentions doing lewd acts at NK's apartment. Things that he will take to his grave. Gross, she says. This is Jennifer. I'm assuming this pertains to NK's backdoor searches, right? We know what that is. He said NK had a separate group of friends that did dark things. I think he's trying to say he got possessed by Satan sometime but these dark things, is that where he's going with this? The house was haunted and possessed. Well, she was in it, right? Is he trying to say she possessed the house now? She brought the demons in? I think that's what he's trying to say. He was demon possessed. Okay. That's the only way, because he's such a good guy. The only way he could have done this, he became possessed by a demon. Okay. So a group of friends that did dark things. The book shows letters from Chris to the Rusacks, the Watts, Shanann, Bella, Cece, Nico, and the author. I know this is long, but I wanted to get it out ASAP for those who want to know about the book but did not want to purchase it. I apologize if this writing is all over the place. That's how the book is. So let's see. And I know I have someone else doing the book. No, someone said to me last night. Oh, before I forget, poor Lisa DeFieri has the decoupage has laryngitis, and Adrienne said, yes, I can do the houses either Friday the 11th or Saturday the 12th. I think Zoom has an option. I'd say it has to be Saturday the 12th. I don't know how we could do it on the 11th because I've got to go. Don't even talk about where I've got to go tomorrow for Jimmy's Holy Jeans, okay? I can click on so we can get on camera. People will need paint brushes and a glue gun or some type of glue. So if you're going to do the houses, can you get back to me because we have to do them sometime on Saturday? All right, let me know. And what else am I doing? Leaping Lizard, I will get to all your stuff. I haven't had a chance to look at this stuff. What else do we have here? Okay, and I'm trying to read something. Oh, okay. All right, so it sounds like there's not a lot of anything new in there, except that I really think he's trying to say he was possessed by a demon. Okay, but I'll let you know as I get. Is anybody in here want to come on and talk about it? Did anybody, let me see, let me get back to the chat. Anyone in here read it or want to talk about it? And you have to excuse my hair. I just took a shower. My hair is like soaking wet. And I didn't do it or anything, so it's in my eyes and stuff like that. Like it's crazy, right? Okay. I just took a shower before, about a half an hour before I came on. Okay. It's not, Danielle. Look at it. Okay. Thanks, Adrienne. So I don't have the book, Sandy. I'm trying to see. Did anybody, the grandpa serial killer guy has more dignity? At least he takes, okay. If anybody wants to, or is here that, I don't know if Jennifer or if either of you are here, I don't think Melinda's here, wanted to talk about it, let me know. Beyond that, yeah, he definitely has someone telling him what's being said on YouTube, yes. And we can only guess who that is. Hey, April, how are you? So the other thing is that other trial closed up. I did watch some of that. I also watched the opening of the other one, the Hammer case. Did anybody watch any of those? Does anybody want to talk about those? Hey, what about it, Delia? Delia PR, you want to come on? What is it? Hey, is that hey, hi, or hey, listen to me, I want to come on? Oh, the ones we talked about last night, Philly Farmhouse, the one with the Dr. Sievers that was murdered, but both in Florida. She was murdered. She went home from, they had been visiting in Connecticut and New York with her family. She went home because she had patients. Her husband stayed behind with their 2 kids. And what happened was she got home, she drove her Toyota Sienna minivan home from the airport, went in her garage, and they found her in her kitchen, and she was bludgeoned with a hammer and killed. And it looks like he had a murder for hire with 2 guys from Missouri. And he comes from Missouri. So, and then you have the other case that just went to the jury today with another murder for hire case. And oh, I have something on that case. Do you want to hear? I have a call that the brother, Charlie, the brother, the undercover investigator calling him. So I have some other stuff and some pictures and things. We can go over that case and talk about it some more. If anybody wants to come on that watched the closing statements and everything. So what, does anybody want to come on and talk? Anybody want to come on and talk? Trish, if you're really good on the Cricut, please email me so we can get you in the Cricut group, and then we can do a Cricut live, and we don't have to worry about anybody that doesn't even understand what a Cricut is or that we're bothering. And I'd like to do it as soon as possible. You don't know anything about that case? Advocate for the truth? First time here? Surprised you took so long to find us. Hey Alma, did Jimmy unbox it yet? What, the Cricut? I unboxed it today and I took a video and I almost had it up and then my stupid Adobe lost it. Cricut Live right away. Like Cricut Live like tomorrow. I'm serious, except tomorrow, well maybe, depending, I've got to go take care of the holy freaking jeans. Oh, that's another thing, Paula. I ordered champagne, right? I got rose. So I messaged QVC to say, hey, what's going on? I ordered champagne. It's on my order. I got rose. And she's like, it was Sherry Lynn was the chat agent, and she was terrible. And I'm going to write another strongly worded letter to QVC, but I had to go for my bike ride, and I wasted like an hour talking to this woman, and she was clueless. You got it, Talia. You got it. You coming along? Oh, boy. See, I have to take care of his mistakes. Oh. They get you into trouble, April? No, Diane, I don't want to send it back, but it's not the color I wanted. And so she's like, so seriously, she goes to me, we can give you a $20, she says, $20 credit on another purchase. I said, oh, no. I don't want a $20 credit on another purchase. I ordered champagne. You sent me rose, right? And I said, this machine is so freaking heavy. And the shipping cost to send it to me was $20. She's saying now that, just listen to the rationale behind this. QVC will pay for it to be shipped back and then ship me a new one. So even if I was paying for the shipping here, it's $40. So I said, give me a $30 credit on my order now. okay? Because you're still making out better than if I do the exchange. You'll be out $40, and plus you'll have to repackage this. I opened it. You just can't put this out on the floor again, right? So, oh, thanks, Nana. So then she's like, I don't know. I don't think I can do more than 20. And then I'm trying to explain it to her, and she just goes like this, okay. She says, okay, nothing else. And then I said, what do you mean, okay, what? And Sherry Lynn, and then Sherry Lynn says nothing. She ignores me, and then I went for a bike ride, and I was so exasperated. So I got a really good ride in with that adrenaline rush. Oh, the jeans are not from, no, Diane, the jeans are not from QVC. You were just watching this when you came on? What were you watching? Oh, the trial? So I'm going to have to talk to someone else later. But then I even go like this. I said, you know what I said about the rose? I go, because I really did think about this. I did think about this. When I was looking at the colors, I said, rose, okay. But then what if it's a guy and he doesn't want rose? And let's say, what if I'm selling this machine in 2 years because I'm leveling up, right? Because I'm so good and they have another Cricut machine. And then some guy wants it, but it's rose. And he's like, I would have had it, but it's not rose. So I said to her, and you know what? You gave me a machine that has a lower resale value. I told her that. I'm like, it has a lower resale value because I didn't get the champagne. To find more items? Oh, I know, Sonia. I don't know what the deal is. I didn't get my strongly worded letter to them yet. Well, Nikki, I'm ordering a name brand thing, so the product is the product. You had a big, yeah. Twitter is the best place to put your complaints on. Forget Facebook; they could care less. No, you mean the rose one, Diane. You're hungry in that quesadilla? Well, we had like spa dinner, as I call it. Spa dinner is when the portions are like this big. Right, and then there was something else, Sonia, right? It wasn't just the custody. What the heck? What in the world was all that stuff where he wanted her to pretend? Now wait, she is Jewish also, correct? I have to have the champagne. I'll take, well, yeah, you should see you'll see in my video, I explain that Jimmy told me rose was champagne. Let's not even go into that. Tags on, yeah. He was Orthodox, I believe, because he kept kosher, right? And then, so what was going on? And I'm Italian, right? But he was Orthodox Jewish, right? And she was just Jewish, correct? I don't think she was Orthodox, Mrs. Roger Rabbit. But what was the brother saying in those phone calls? Did you hear that he's saying, you need to be quite an actress, and you're going to tell them you're baptizing the kids and you're converting to Catholicism? So what's going on with that? That was Donna, not Charlie. No. What are we talking about, Carrie Lynn? I don't think we're talking about the same thing. Charlie was talking to his sister, wasn't he? Oh gosh, we've got 4 different conversations going on here. I can't keep. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's go back. No, it wasn't the. No, those are different phone calls, Carrie Lynn. I'm talking about the phone calls that the prosecutor was playing in the rebuttal closing argument today. It wasn't the mom. It was the sister. Charlie is the brother. No, they were phone calls. Markel wanted to take them to signage during the week, and when she left, she said she didn't want them to go on the weekends. This trial was just for the gunman. I didn't finish the closing arguments. I only heard the setup call. Okay. There's a whole thing where they're trying to psych him out, trying to psych Dan Markel out. And they called him like Giblets or something. Gibbons, something or other. Delia, yeah, right. Who's going to believe that now? Yeah. It just so happens, Alma said. Gibber. Gibber? Gibber. This is too much. Gibbers. Okay. Felicity, we're talking about the Markel case right now. She lied her pants off on the stand. You're going back. Okay. Does anybody want to talk about this who has a pretty good... Where's our people from yesterday that were really like giblets, turkey giblets? I have no idea what... it's the code language over there. Anyone want to come on and talk about this? Who was watching this? Sonia, you're watching this? Why don't you call in? Because I watched some of it, but I watched mostly the closing. How many lies do you think you tell a day? Am I on the stand now, Alma? How many do you think you tell a day? Hi, Mommy. Hi, Isabel. I try not to lie, Alma. If anything, I may make a small white lie not to hurt someone's feelings. If someone says, "How does this look on me?" and it really looks horrendous, or something, I might say, "Oh, it looks okay," and maybe try to say, like, if it's a good friend of mine or something. But you know what really looks good on you? That other dress, and it'll be a real thing. I'm not one of those girls that play that opposite thing. I'm only at the Kathy girl's testimony. Oh, okay, Via girl. You're a fibber giver? You don't talk to anyone, I'll tell you sometime. I don't know, Carrie Lynn. I really don't know. I mean, I wasn't following this case until yesterday when... Hey, you're off to bed soon? Okay. Hi, Miss Mary. Quite contrary. You lie to your dog, Grace? Like someone might say, if I say, like, if Jimmy says, "Can you come here?" and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes." I probably know it's not 5 minutes that I'm going to be there. Okay? Do you call that? I mean, maybe I just misstate something. And then he's like, you know, it's not going to be 5 minutes, so why don't you say what it's really going to be? And then I'll be like, okay, 10 minutes. There's a sign I saw the other day, right? And it said, I don't even believe myself when I say I'll be ready in 5 minutes. It's a time sucker. See, that's why I try not to get too... I try to get the cliff notes when I can on cases that are dragging unless I'm really, really interested. You'd rather have the ugly truth? Yeah. So if you ask me, how does this dress look on me, and it looks horrendous, then just say, boy, Alma, that looks horrendous. Not try to soften it a little bit for you. That looks okay, but you know what looks a lot better? I always say I'm 5 minutes away. I know, right, Melly Mel? Because it's like you're trying to ease the other person. That's like my sister, okay? Really. My sister is like highly neurotic. So if I have to meet her somewhere and I'm running a little bit late, I'm going to overstate a little bit where I am. And that's because I care about her health. Because I'll just be like, yeah, I'm just about, and I really don't lie. I don't lie. I speak carefully. Like I'll say, if the town, let's say the town that I'm going to is like, I don't know, just pick a town, Basket City. Oh, I'm just about in Basket City. But I'm really not just about in Basket. You know, I mean, like, what is just about? Just about could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm just about in Basket City. Send me an email, Sonia. Carolyn@truecrimechat.org. Yeah, and it's really for the other person, not because if you have a very nervous other, because if I would say, oh, I'm about 15 minutes out, then she'd be just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, right? So, yeah, vague is your friend. I never answer them. I try. But I will. If you put craft group and I know about the Cricut, I will go in and answer. Because they would freak out. So it's really for them. Absolutely, Melly Mel. We're looking out for them. Two Scooter, you don't really say that, do you? What does Two Scooter say? How did we even get into this? Oh, yeah, can't say. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be, you know, some things, you know, like, she doesn't say that, right? It's like that Abe Lincoln commercial. Remember, what was it, for Geico or something? Alma got in on the lying. I don't know why. Oh, because I'm saving you from embarrassment? All right, okay. What happened? What happened to you, Go Girl? She says, I'll get over it, I guess. What happened? Where's you, Go Girl? Alma, I don't like liars at all. I do believe it's in our nature. I have known people, if their lips move, they are lying. Absolutely. But that's lying. Those are liars. You know what I mean? I don't know what Alma means, you go girl, I'll get over it, I guess. Oh, okay. I didn't know what was going on, Alma. Oh, okay. What kind of lie, Alma? Like a real lie? Not like a little lie to help to save your feelings? I don't like liars. I can't stand liars. And I can spot a liar. My kids could never lie to me because I know right away. I look at their eyes and I have lie radar. And then and then my son, especially my second son, would always, the minute he'd see me look at his eyes, and I'm like, "You're lying," and then he'd start like he couldn't start laughing, and I knew right away. I'm like, "You're lying. You're lying to me. Stop lying to me." Oh no, Alma was talking about the liars. Oh, I know the my contractor was one. You could catch him with the stain not open, and he's going to say he used it, and I'm going to pick up the can and say, "This can has never been opened, Nick. You haven't used this." "Yes, I have." "No, you haven't." And he will just not stop lying. You catch him red-handed, as they say. He won't stop lying. A lie detector? But what kind of lie was it, Alma? It must have been some lie, right? I don't like when people lie to me about big things. But if someone says something like, "Your hair doesn't look that bad tonight," that's okay. But don't lie to me about something big, like, I don't know. Liars really tick me off. Yeah, liars really tick me off too. And I always catch liars. And I love to get, do you know the liars that lie so bad? They say one sentence, and the sentence, they say something in the beginning and something at the end of the same sentence that proves them a liar right in that sentence. It doesn't even make sense. Those are the liars that are just, they're gone. They're the people you want to back the heck away from. Your sister is one? Lies about herself, not anyone else. Yeah, Gigi, right? The little white lies. So what happened to Alma? You've been dealing with contractors? Oh, mine was a narcissist and a liar. Liars should have good memories, but you're right. Oh, it was just a bad day? Okay. Yeah, prayers for Sakura being in so much pain. Read your email, Diane? Okay, hang on. I don't have an email, Diane. Did you just send it? Oh, is this the older email that I'm looking for? Okay. So Diane says, "Carolyn, I have found an interesting article about Katie's defense funding. It just keeps getting deeper." Let's see what Diane said here. Wow, who is that? Is that Katie? Who is that? Samantha? That can't be Katie, right? I don't. You tell me who this is. It says Samantha something. Okay, so it says, let me see here. Catherine Magbanua's lawyers deny any connection between who's paying her legal fees and the embezzlement charges against her sister-in-law. Oh, this is her sister-in-law? Readers who have been following the Dan Markel murder case know about the mystery surrounding who's been paying the legal fees of Catherine Magbanua. One of her defendants accused in Professor Markel's July 2014 murder, Katie Magbanua, her lawyers, Tara Kawas and Christopher DeCosti, claim that she has been receiving financial help from her family on this front. Could that include assistance from a sister-in-law or sister outlaw if law enforcement allegations are true? So let's see. Samantha, and that's who this picture is, Magbanua, who is married to Catherine's brother, was arrested in March in South Florida on charges of embezzling $1.19 million, oh my gosh, from her employer. He wasn't going to miss that. She faces charges of grand theft of over $100,000 after her arrest by the Plantation Police Department. For 26 years, Samantha Magbanua has worked for Quintana Lopez, Donahue, and Gonzalez, a plantation certified public accounting firm. Last September, the owners of the firm became suspicious that she had been stealing money, and when they noticed their general business account had been nearly depleted of funds over several years. They noticed hundreds of thousands of dollars had been wired out of the, don't ever go to this accounting firm because they can't even do proper accounting of their own firm. This was missed for years. This is scary. Okay. They noticed hundreds of thousands of dollars had been wired out of the account by Samantha without their permission. Plantation police wrote in their report. In all, 62 wire transfers by Samantha were sent to a Miami spiritual healer, Caridad Herrera Cabello, totaling $611,230. Surprising, one would expect a bunch of accountants to be more on top of their financial affairs. Don't you know it? And one can see why the police are wondering whether some of this money might have been diverted to Katie Magbanua's legal defense. $600,000 seems like an awful lot to pay for spiritual healing. But establishing a link between Samantha Magbanua's alleged embezzlement and Catherine Magbanua's legal fees could be challenging, as noted by prosecutor Georgia Kappelman. It's going to be hard to prove, especially in the face of denials by Katie's lawyers. I can understand the due diligence in doing the investigation, but their suspicions are once again going to be wrong, said Christopher DeCoste. The utter fixation on who is paying the legal fees lets me know they're desperate right now. Meanwhile, it's hard to believe that more than 4 years have passed since Dan Markel's murder. Orrin Snyder of Gibson Dunn, attorney for Danny's parents, Ruth and Phil Markel, shared this statement with us earlier this month. 4 years ago, on July 18th, 2014, Dan was brutally assassinated in his driveway in the prime of his life. On the anniversary of this tragedy, Dan's parents, Ruth and Phil Markel, remain in agony. Their only son was stolen from them. They have since been denied any relationship with Dan's 2 young boys, their beloved grandsons, an unimaginable cruelty. Despite these tragedies, the Markels are hopeful that the coming year will see all those responsible for Dan's murder apprehended and brought to justice. The trial of Catherine Magbanua. Okay, so that's is scheduled. That was prior to the trial. Okay, so we have that, and let me just see what we have from today. Okay. So let's see. There's a verdict watch going on now, and okay. So let's see what we have here. There's the jury. Okay, after more than 4 hours of deliberations on Thursday, court has adjourned. The jury, which is being sequestered for this leg of the trial, was sent to their hotel around 8:30 p.m. Deliberations will resume at 8:45 a.m. Friday, according to Judge James Hankinson. After 10 days of captivating testimony and attorneys giving their arguments, the Dan Markel murder case is now in the hands of the jury. The waiting game is now underway. Closing statements lasted more than 6 hours inside courtroom 3G. Those arguments wrapped up around 3:45 p.m. The jurors were given careful instructions on how to proceed in crafting a verdict. They have a lot to break down. 2 defendants, Catherine Magbanua and Sigfrido Garcia, each facing murder conspiracy and solicitation charges. Another factor for jurors to consider is the fact that Garcia is facing the death penalty. During their closing argument, the prosecution urged the jury not to consider that the people who are ultimately responsible are not in the courtroom. Prosecutors began their 2-hour argument by pinning the blame on the family of Markel's ex-wife, the Adelsons. What enemy or enemies had Mr. Markel made? Prosecutor Georgia Kappelman asked. His own family. Previously in court, the state played wiretaps and a video referred to as the bump, where an undercover FBI agent handed a note to Donna Adelson, Markel's ex-mother-in-law, and then recorded who talked to whom. She goes straight to Charlie Adelson, who goes straight to Catherine Magbanua, who goes straight to Sigfrido Garcia. Exactly what this undercover operation was designed to ferret out, said Kappelman. Kappelman told jurors that justice for anyone not in the courtroom will have to wait for another day. We are trusting you to render a wise and legal verdict in this case, she said. Defense attorneys did their best to shift the blame to someone else. Garcia's lawyers squared his argument on the role of Luis Rivera, the gang kingpin, who became the government's key witness in the murder. A gangster killed Dan Markel. Luis Rivera killed Dan Markel, attorney Sam Sangani said. Magbanua's attorney turned the attention back to the Adelsons. They tried to build a case around her, to force her to cooperate, so they could get what they have been going after for years now, the Adelson family attorney Chris DaCosta said. The Adelson family attorney Chris DaCosta said. None of the Adelson clan has been charged with any crime, and they deny any involvement in the Markel murder. Okay, so both Dateline NBC and ABC 2020 are working on this story. And each juror will use a verdict form to sort everything out. If the jury doesn't come up with a verdict by 8 or 9 p.m., they'll be sequestered in a hotel. Sigfrido Garcia's attorney told the jury, one thing in this case has remained constant. Garcia hated Charlie Adelson. Hates his guts in April. Hates his guts in July. Defense attorney Sam Zengane, I think that's how I have no idea how you pronounce his last name, said he told the jury that Garcia wouldn't have done anything to help Charlie Adelson because he was jealous and angry about his relationship with Catherine Magbanua. The attorney attacked the state's theory that Magbanua hired Garcia to kill Dan Markel. It's not like she asked him to pick up some milk or diapers, the lawyer said. I'm just saying the lawyer because I'm not pronouncing his name anymore. Honey, you want to make $100,000 for killing someone you don't know? The attorney said it defies common sense to think Garcia would have committed a murder and put his life on the line without asking who's paying for it and without getting any money up front. I guess it was COD, he said. He also pointed out to the jury that none of the Adelsons are charged in the case and none of them are on trial. He said Charlie Adelson is probably watching it right now in the comfort of his own home. They're painting a picture with missing pieces, the attorney said, of the prosecution. Don't jump because the state says jump. Ask questions. Ask the right questions. Do the right thing. It's dry, Prosecutor Georgia Kaufman said of the many phone records in the case, but it's super important stuff. Kaufman showed a map of the state of Florida, which shows Siegfried Garcia and Luis Rivera's phones pinging cell towers up the peninsula and across I-10 on their trip to Tallahassee in July 2014. Kaufman claimed Garcia and Rivera's deadly trip to Tallahassee was only 36 hours long. Kaufman said in that time span, Garcia and Magbanua communicated 21 times, including 12 phone calls. Kaufman said phone records also corroborate Rivera's testimony about them casing Markel's home the day before the murder, following Markel to Premier Gym the morning of the murder, and Garcia, Rivera, and Magbanua meeting in Miami for a payoff the following day. Kaufman said they scoured phone records to try to find any link between Rivera and the Adelsons. There's no evidence or proof of communication whatsoever, Kaufman said. This is the full picture, the prosecutor said as she faced the jury when she began her closing arguments in the Dan Markel murder case. We're going backwards. Kaufman flashed a picture of Dan Markel on the screen that followed with pictures of Sigfredo Garcia, Luis Rivera, and Catherine Magbanua, and the Adelson family. What enemies had they made? His own family. Kaufman cited Markel's custody battle with his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, over their 2 children as the motive for murder. She flashed a series of court filings from the couple's divorce on the big screen. There were high emotions and a lot on stake on both sides, she said. Kaufman shared a series of emails from Donna Adelson to Wendy Adelson in the summer of 2013, which suggests offering Markel $1 million to allow Wendy to move their children to South Florida. Donna Adelson saying in one email that relocation was non-negotiable. Dan Markel was murdered and relocation was no longer a problem, Kaufman said. Kaufman told the jury it was natural to wonder why the Adelsons are not charged with any crimes and are not on trial. She said, but that's for another day and another jury. Kaufman described Luis Rivera as a bad dude who made a deal to save his butt. Kaufman asked the jury to look at evidence that corroborates what Rivera said, including a surveillance photo of Rivera and Garcia at an ATM the day of the murder. It shows Rivera in the driver's seat of a dark-colored shirt and Garcia in the passenger seat in a white T-shirt. Kaufman pointed out that's consistent with surveillance video from a city bus moments before the murder, after the murder, and consistent with Rivera's claiming Garcia was the trigger man. You're not going to be the shooter and the getaway driver, Kaufman said. Kaufman also pointed out Rivera's testimony that Garcia accidentally fired a shot through the floorboard of their rented Prius on the trip to Tallahassee. She said investigators tracked down that Prius and found the bullet hole just as he said. Kaufman said that's something only he would know because he was there. Okay, so let me see here. I'm trying to find the call. So hold on a minute. I think this is it. Okay, let me see if this is it. Hang on. Listen to Charlie Adelson's phone call with an undercover FBI agent. Okay, so hang on here. Skip this.
Hello?
Hola, diga. Hello, diga.
Hi, who is this?
Who's this?
Someone's been calling my family. I'm trying to figure out who this is.
In reference to what, man?
Someone by the name of Sammy called.
Yeah, that's me, man.
All right, what's going on?
Well, what's going on is my brother Tato. Okay, my brother Tato has not been taken care of. His family's not been taken care of. I talked to a dentist. Why are you calling me? Who are you? I gave the number to a lady.
I don't know Tato.
You don't know Tato? I'm
No.
sure you know Katie and Tuto. They've been taken care of since the family problem been taken care of up north.
I don't know who you are.
You don't? Well, this is going away, my friend. Because let me tell you something. I was at Broward with Tato, and he told me the whole story. He told me nobody was taking care of him. Nobody was taking care of his family. The family was taking care of Katie and Tuto, and nothing's been taken care of with Tato. So we know what's going on. And Tato needs to be taken care of. Do the right thing. The lady already has the paperwork. She knows what I'm talking about. We know Katie. We know Tuto. We know they've been taken care of.
All right, let me look at
No more f***ing around, man. No more f***ing around. This ain't going away. You guys need to do the right thing for Tato. That's my brother, man. That's my brother, and he needs to be taken care of. His family needs to be taken care of, just like Katie and Tuto have been taken care of.
I've never met these people, but let me call you back, okay?
That's bullshit, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know this lady. I don't know your relationship with this lady, but we know what the f*** is going on.
All right,
This
let me
ain't
call you
going
back.
away. Take care of Tato just like you take care of Katie and Tuto, man.
Let me call you back.
Okay, so that was that was Charlie, the ex-wife's brother. And let me see what this is. That's the ex-wife, Wendy. She gave testimony in the case. And trying to see if there's anything. I'm just trying to get to that, hold on one second. The phone call. Let me see. Hold on, let me just get this. Come over here. Okay, this. Stupid thing off here. Hold on a sec. There we go. Get out of here. Okay. So this is closing arguments. This is Katie. That is Dan Markel, the professor, the criminal justice scholar who was shot twice in the head in his Tallahassee garage on July 18th, 2014. Police say his murder was a for-hire plot orchestrated by his wife, Wendy Adelson. And this is Wendy. They had gone through a bitter divorce finalized in 2013 that barred her from moving to Miami, where her family is from, and with her kids, age 3 and 4 at the time. Now this is the brother, Charlie, in his scrubs. And they claim that Magbanua was dating him. Yeah. On Wednesday, Magbuana, what is it? Magbuana, I don't even know. Why am I? They have her name spelled wrong. That name is spelled wrong there. It's Banua on the other articles. Took a stand and denied involvement in the plot and pointed the finger at Charlie Adelson. When asked, "Do you think Charlie Adelson was involved in this and that he was lying to you?" she replied, "Yes." That's Sigfrido Garcia. He's facing the death penalty. That's Luis Rivera. He took a plea deal. He's the kingpin of the Latin Kings. Cops say the motive was the family's desperate desire to get Wendy to move to South Florida with her 2 kids. Last week in court, Wendy testified and called her divorce from Markel unpleasant. And this is something that was up in court too. So you have Dan, the victim, was pointing up to his ex-spouse there. This is Mama. She's involved in this, Donna. Got Charlie, Harvey's daddy. Then we've got Tuto, and Tati. This one is Tato, right? Which one? There's Tutu and Tato, I think. Okay, and that's what that call was about. One of these guys said, "This is Tuto, and this is Tato." It sounds like something out of Breaking Bad. And this is Katie. Markel, a world-renowned legal professor, was found dead, suffering gunshot wounds to the head behind the wheel of his car, July 2014. In their bitter divorce, Markel won an order prohibiting Wendy from moving to Miami with her where her family lives with their 2 children, so they could maintain 50-50 custody of the kids. This was in their happier days. Oh, they were so happy. And this is defendant Sigfrido Garcia, pictured smiling in court on Tuesday, October 8th. And that's it, guys. That's it for that one. Okay, what else do we have? I'm just trying to find the stuff they had about telling her that she had to be a great actress, she had to do her best work in order to convince him that if she stayed there, she was going to convert the kids to Catholicism. Okay? And I'm trying to see. Okay, here it is. I found it. Okay. Okay, so this week, a state prosecutor called Charlie Adelson an unindicted co-conspirator during an interview with the Miami Herald, and the Tallahassee Police Department has done little to hide its suspicions that he organized the hit. 3 years ago, police even released a draft of probable cause affidavit against Adelson that the local state attorney rejected as insufficient to file charges. The two people now on trial in Tallahassee are Sigfrido Garcia, who prosecutors say shot and killed Markel, and Catherine Magbanua, who had a romantic relationship with both Garcia and Charlie Adelson and is accused of being the go-between in the alleged murder for hires. The prosecution's case depends in large on part of the testimony of Garcia's friend and confessed accomplice Luis Rivera, also of South Florida, who said Magbanua hired them for the job. Rivera, a convicted ringleader of the North Miami Latin Kings gang, has already pleaded guilty. Garcia and Magbanua are charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and solicitation of murder. They have both pled not guilty and are being tried together. Although prosecutors never produced a witness who could link Adelson or his family to either Rivera or Garcia, they have spent much of the trial attempting to persuade jurors of abundant circumstantial links, with Magbanua as the cog. Charlie Adelson had a sister in Tallahassee, Wendy Adelson, and Wendy Adelson had a problem. Lead prosecutor Georgia Kappelman has told jurors in her opening statement her problem was named Dan Markel. The solution to that problem was Magbanua, Garcia, and Rivera. Magbanua took the stand Wednesday, where she denied involvement in a conspiracy but pointed the finger at a man far away in South Florida. Based on the evidence presented at trial, she told jurors she thought Markel's brother-in-law, her former boyfriend Charlie Adelson, was behind the murder. The trial, which began on September 26th, hold on, I'm just trying to get another picture for you. But I want to get the, let you hear what they said. That's Charlie. It's the guy that was on the phone call. Okay, so the investigation and the trial has transfixed Tallahassee, more accustomed to seeing itself in the news for goings-on at the state capitol than violent crime. Markel's murder has even been the subject of top-rated true crime podcasts and TV shows. The attention is hardly surprising. The tragedy, featuring a family riven by deadly discord, has the markings of a true drama. For her part, Wendy Adelson, who has since moved back to South Florida, testified in the first week of the trial that she had no knowledge of who had plotted her husband's murder. But prosecutors say they believe Charlie Adelson financed the scheme to kill Markel, giving $100,000 in cash and gifts to the two hitmen. Gifts? The suggested motive to end a court order and the emotional strain that had barred Wendy from relocating her children to South Florida after her bitter divorce from Markel. While no charges have been brought against him, that could change if a jury agrees with the state's theory and finds Garcia and Magbanua guilty. Prosecutors would then have powerful leverage over the pair, provide us evidence against Charlie Adelson, or face life in prison, or even, in Garcia's case, death. Oh boy, he's going to get to that jury. Up to now, however, the lawyers insist they have no information to offer, and Adelson's attorney, David O'Marcus, said the state's theory about his client is horrendously wrong. For 5 years, the state has picked through every piece of Charlie's life, every phone call, every email message, every text, every relationship, every possible witness, looking for any excuse to charge him, Marcus told the Miami Herald. But there is nothing there. Yeah. If, on the other hand, Garcia and Magbanua are acquitted, prosecutors will have to decide if they want to charge Adelson with what they already have. Evidence from the former state attorney, Willie Meggs, decided in 2016 was not enough to win a conviction. Wednesday, the final day of testimony, was Yom Kippur, a day of atonement, and the most important Jewish holiday of the year. It was also the devout Markel's birthday. He would have turned 47. Charlie Adelson has naturally stayed far away from the trial. He was missing, too, from Markel's memorial service in July of 2014, which was attended by Wendy Adelson and her parents. Okay, Charlie grew up, he's 42 years old, comfortably in Coral Springs. His father, Harvey, is a successful dentist. His mother, Donna, is a teacher who stopped working to raise her family. Growing up, Charlie was a tennis star at J.P. Taravella High School. He attended the University of Central Florida in 2003. He graduated from Nova Southeastern University's College of Dental Medicine. He joined his father's practice and now works at an office in Tamarack. Adelson worked long hours and went on medical missions to Jamaica. On the side, he displayed an entrepreneurial spirit, running a New York-style Jewish deli in Tamarack with a childhood friend and starting up a South Beach consulting firm and company called Energy Shots, LLC. Energy Shots. Sounds like the old Diet Doctor shots. He became a residential landlord, assuming enough wealth that by 2015 he could pay $790,000 for a 10-unit apartment building in Fort Lauderdale. In his free time, that doesn't sound. Did they have that? They have to have that wrong. That doesn't sound like a lot for a 10-unit apartment building in Fort Lauderdale. $790,000 in 2015. I think they have that wrong. That should be like $7 million. Okay, that has to be wrong. In his free time, Adelson dated often, but usually not for very long. In her testimony to police, Wendy described meeting her brother's many, many girlfriends. Adelson is now the father of a child and the target of a paternity suit in Broward County. Asked if Charlie was still together with the mother, Wendy answered, "It depends on the day." His cars were just as fast as his relationships. He drove a Mercedes and a Ferrari. Wendy Adelson's ex-boyfriend, Jeffrey Lacasse, said, "But the dentist seemed comfortable anywhere. He's a dentist, and he's very wealthy, but he kind of hangs out with the people from both sides of the tracks." Yeah. Lacasse testified during a deposition. He goes boating in South Beach with his rich buddies, and then he goes to the gym with some other kinds of characters. Adelson's life seemed charmed until his beloved younger sister, the baby of the 3 Adelson siblings, filed for divorce from her husband, Dan Markel, in 2012 after 6 years of marriage. Wendy Adelson and Dan Markel, both respected legal experts, had a short partnership but a long and litigious separation. They fought over assets and money, but mostly their 2 young sons. Before the divorce was finalized in 2013, Wendy moved the couple's sons to her parents' home in Coral Springs. Markel objected in court and judge denied Wendy's motion to relocate the children. After that court decision, Wendy's parents repeatedly tried to change Markel's mind. Charlie Adelson and his parents discussed paying Markel $1 million to allow his children to relocate to South Florida. According to emails cited by prosecutors, the Adelsons never made the offer, and the couple went about building separate lives in Tallahassee. Then on July 19, 2014, Markel was shot twice in his head in broad daylight while sitting in his car in his own garage. A shocking, seemingly senseless murder in Tallahassee's Benton Hills neighborhood. I'm just trying to get another picture up here. That's Dan Markel. Markel had taken his 2 sons to daycare earlier, gone to the gym, and returned home, and he had been on the phone with a local teacher when killed. The keys were still in the ignition. A neighbor heard what he believed to be a gunshot and looked out the window to see a small light-colored car backing out of Markel's driveway. He called the police, and Markel died 12 hours later at Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare. The small car the neighbor saw was a rented 2008 Toyota Prius, which police tracked down using surveillance footage from local buses and businesses. The Prius followed Markel from the gym to his home and drove off after the murder. SunPass transponder records, that's like that Easy Pass thing in your windshield, by police show the car traveled from Tallahassee to South Florida using Interstate 75 and ended up at a rental facility in South Florida. The car had been rented to Garcia, Magbanua's boyfriend and the father of her 2 children. Cell phone records also linked Garcia and Rivera to the area. Rivera, one of the hitmen, pleaded guilty in 2016 to second-degree murder in the case and is serving a 19-year sentence at a federal prison in Arizona for his cooperation. He said the hit had been arranged by Magbanua. He testified in exchange for the plea deal that would allow him to plead guilty to being an accomplice to the murder while accusing Garcia of pulling the trigger. He and Garcia were longtime friends. His statements to the prosecutors led to the arrest of Magbanua on October 2nd, 2016 in Broward County, and Magbanua led them indirectly to Charlie Adelson. Magbanua, who worked part-time at a South Beach dental office and at several Miami nightclubs as a bottle girl, serving alcohol and entertaining guests. That means probably lap dances and things. Started dating Adelson in 2013, a year before the murder. Yeah, dating. I'm sure his mother would love that. In the spring of 2016, police organized an elaborate undercover operation in which they tapped the mobile phones of Magbanua, Garcia, Adelson, and his mother, Donna, while using decoys to apply pressure in an attempt to get them to talk. On April 20th, 2016, an undercover agent hand-delivered to Donna Adelson a printout of a newspaper story on Markel's murder and wrote his phone number on it and a request that the Adelsons pay $5,000 to allegedly compensate Rivera's family. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through, like you're taking care of Katie and Tuto. The agent said in a secretly recorded phone call, it's not a video, referring to Garcia. Oh, unless it's the one with the mother, I'm sorry, then it might be a video. The tactic, which law enforcement referred to as the bump, was designed to scare the Adelsons and get them to engage in conversations that would expose what the state believed was a conspiracy to cover up the murder. Federal agents testified that they filmed the exchange from multiple angles, that's with the mother, including a high-altitude plane flying over as the agent handed Donna the paper. In the next few days, they tapped the phones and they recorded the conversation, planted the cameras on the boardwalk, on Miami Beach, and the Dolce Vita restaurant at a Sunny Isles beach strip mall to capture Charlie Adelson's conversations with his mother and Magbanua. Detectives then tracked calls from Charlie to his mother and Garcia, who called at Magbanua's request to the undercover number. A month later, Garcia was arrested at a Hallandale Beach gas station and charged with first-degree murder. While investigators tapped one of Charlie Adelson's phones and 2 of Catherine Magbanua's and knew of their close relationship, they could not find a link between Adelson and either Rivera or Garcia, the alleged killers. Rivera had no evidence that Adelson had asked Magbanua to set up the murders. While lead prosecutor Kappelman prepared a probable cause affidavit against Charlie Adelson in 2016, her former boss, now retired state attorney Willie Meggs, concluded they didn't have the evidence to convict him. Meggs said the cops simply hadn't collected enough evidence. If they believed they had probable cause, then they should go make an arrest. They don't need me, Meggs said. I would say to Chief Michael DeLeo, go make the arrest and get ready for your civil suit from whoever they have arrested without probable cause. Still, Tallahassee police released the unexecuted affidavit to the Tallahassee Democrat in 2016. That turned what had been a whisper of suspicion against Charlie Adelson into a continuing conversation. During the trial, prosecutors never produced a witness who could link Adelson to either Rivera or Garcia, but they did show that Magbanua's finances improved dramatically after the murder. Prosecutors produced hold on, they produced a witness. Hold on a minute. No, I'm on the wrong one. Okay. Prosecutors produced evidence that days after Markel was killed, Magbanua started receiving checks for $407.58, handwritten and signed by Donna Adelson from the Adelson Institute for Aesthetics and Implant Dentistry. While Magbanua said she worked at Adelson's dental practice, 2 dental assistants who worked at the institute testified they knew her as Adelson's girlfriend and only saw her at the dental office as a patient. The state also said Adelson paid for half of a $4,000 breast implant surgery by Dr. Leonard Raudner, a plastic surgeon also known as Dr. Bubner. Oh my gosh. Surveillance records and phone logs show that Magbanua never showed up for work, but her bank accounts ballooned anyway. She would receive more than $56,000 over 16 months, with cash deposits accounting for 70% of Magbanua's income in 2014 and 2015. Magbanua's attorney, Chris DaCosta, pointed out that Magbanua was working at several Miami clubs as a bottle girl who was paid in cash tips. On Wednesday, Magbanua took the highly unusual step for a criminal defendant in a murder case at taking the stand. She testified that she asked Adelson for a job so she could afford health insurance for her 2 children, and he allowed her to work as a personal assistant dealing with tenants and medical clients. Even after they stopped seeing each other romantically, he continued their professional relationship, she said. As for the breast enhancements, Magbanua told the jury that she paid for the procedure herself in cash from her nightclub tips and got a discount. Dr. Bubner gives discounts in case you're going. That surgery occurred in October 2014 after she said she had been seeing the Adelsons less frequently. Tara Kawas, her attorney, told the jury her client had been offered immunity to testify against Charlie and asked Magbanua to explain why she turned it down. I wish I could, because I wouldn't be incarcerated and I'd be free and I'd be with my children, Magbanua said. Why haven't you done that? Kawas asked. Because I'm telling the truth, Magbanua answered. Do you think Charlie Adelson was involved in this? Her attorney also asked her. And that he was lying to you? Yes, Magbanua replied. Magbanua's lawyers say Garcia is guilty and Adelson should be arrested. They argue that Garcia was bitter and jealous of Adelson, so in July 2014 he approached the dentist and agreed to murder Markel without telling his girlfriend. If you stay away from Katie Magbanua, I'll do this, Kawas suggested was his offer. For their part, Garcia's attorneys argued that the state's tethered its entire case against this client on the testimony of Rivera, a career criminal and gang member serving a 19-year sentence in federal prison. They said Garcia would never have helped Adelson, whom he bitterly disliked for dating Magbanua, the mother of his children. They want you to believe that this man, whose heart was broken, decided, you know what? I'm going to help out the guy who's with my wife, said Garcia's attorney, Sam Z, we're going to call him. The only person who said Sigfrido Garcia killed Dan Markel is Luis Rivera. Kavelman, the prosecutor, also brought up other members of the Adelson family during trial. She told jurors that Donna Adelson, that's the mother, despised Dan Markel, and read from an email in which Donna called her former son-in-law a religious zealot and a bastard. Prosecutors accused her of scheming to gain leverage over her son-in-law with threats that they would convert the children to Catholicism, an affront to Markel because he was observant in his faith. Donna Adelson declined to comment. Kappelman never linked Wendy Adelson to the crime except to say she had an alibi with the repairman who fixed the TV her brother bought arrived at her home the morning of the murder. John Loro, an attorney for Wendy Adelson, told the Miami Herald that both the prosecution and defense have shown that Wendy had absolutely nothing to do with these tragic events. She has complete confidence in the criminal justice system, and we're all waiting for the results of the trial. A world away in Tamarack, Charlie Adelson continues to see patients. His attorney, David O. Marcus, believes the trial will vindicate his client. Marcus pointed to Magbanua turning down the lifeline of immunity to testify against her former boyfriend. She won't lie, even to save herself, Marcus said. As much as the state has tried to make this a case against Charlie and his family, it doesn't have the evidence to go forward. Okay. So, but that, yeah, there was, let me see if anybody came on yet or anything that wants to talk or something. Okay, so what's going on now? What's bad is the ex-wife, hi Wildlife, who supposedly has, you never gave me your address yet, clean hands, now has the children the way she wants, no ex-husband, getting, yeah, right, sounds like a solution. Hey Maddie, Diana, it was my name and I changed the account to Mary Nuttall, now new Mandy Hall. Well, I can check the old Mandy Hall. I didn't know that this was the old Mandy Hall. That you were using a new Mandy Hall? I'm lost. But that's not uncommon. The dead ex-husband's family should get custody. I don't know why they're not allowed to see the children. That's ridiculous. Hey there, Diana. Hi, Laughing Lori. There are still TV repairmen. It makes it sound like she hired someone to hang a TV that her brother bought her. Hi, Bethany. Hi. Who else did we miss here? What are you talking about? What is Renee Bird talking about? She says, what the heck are we talking about? Lots of blocked sites from someone in New Zealand? Renee, what are you talking about? Chris Watts gets to live in his own private room. It's what university students get here in Australia to go live in. Absolutely unfair. It's certainly university students get to walk outside and do what they want too. But that's not the case there. But yeah. Hi, I'm Hank. They asked her what was wrong with her TV, and she said that her children threw something at it. Oh, okay, Sonia. It didn't, well, that article was deceiving. Carolyn, she didn't know who you were reading about. No, but she said lots of blocked sites. I don't know what case you're talking about from New Zealand is all. No, but it says lots of blocked sites. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what you mean by blocked sites. You're finally catching alive. Hi, keep it kind. Miss all of you live, though. Yeah, we miss you too. Keep it kind. She's guilty and not too smart. Okay. They asked her. We got that. Children. I'm trying to catch up. See if I missed. You're still blocked. Okay. Yes, she did send it to me. She put it in Slack, and I tried to get on it, Mandy Hall, twice today, and it wouldn't let me. I'm going to try right now for you. Hold on a minute. I tried it twice, maybe 3 times. I'm going to try it right now. Again, I could not open it. Hold on. Okay, here's your profile. I'm going to try it again. Hang on. Okay, I've got it now. Let me see. You're good to go. You're all good. Okay. Let me get back to the chat. The Adelson family should be, well, they probably will soon enough, but I think they have a lot of power and a lot of threats going around there. Charlie seems to be dealing with people on both sides of the tracks there. And he knows a lot of the gang members and stuff. And the Marathon Man dentistry. What happened? Somebody's mad at me for saying hi? I missed that. Hey, choking on ashes. Hi, Alyssa. Hey, Kathy, Grace, Mom Kitchener. Hi, Tamra. Did anybody want to come and talk about this case at all before we go to the other case? Does your title have a name? What do you mean title have a name? Does what title? Earthbound wants to call? All right, Earthbound. Okay. What title? Oh, Turtle. Turtle. Turtle is lucky. Okay, so let me see now. You can't get around this case. You work on the same street as their dental practice. I hope you don't go there. You went to FSU? Okay, so let's see now. What am I doing? I'm going to get Earthbound. I don't have anything yet, but I'll see if I can find you from yesterday. Earthbound? I don't know, I'm replying to something else. And I know it just reminded me I have to do the prayer lantern thingy. Not lantern, whatever it is, I have to do that. I have so much to do. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm already in so much trouble with 2 companies that I was supposed to get stuff up for. You can only do what you can do. Where was I? Over here. Hi, Casey Mack. We're discussing a lot of cases. We're discussing this Dan Markel, the professor from FSU that was killed, assassinated in his car in his driveway. Hi, Gigi. Salaji, you watched this is your first time in the chat? There's going to be also a Dateline and a 2020 about the case. Where is Maui? Okay, could we get rid of Gigi's love? We have a bunch of trolls that just came in and I can tell you names. We have a bunch more in here. I know who they are and I'm watching them. The other case is the Dr. Severs case in Florida as well. You're back, Mandy. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. I know Coral Springs well. Yeah, absolutely. I know Coral Springs. Has anybody watched it? No, who told me that? Somebody did write to me about Taken, and they said it was crazy. They were taken by a doctor? From where? I'm going to have to watch that. If the wife is the mastermind, imagine the sort of person she is. Yeah, well, she probably lives with herself well because she thinks she's a god or something, and whatever she does should be done. David Topping, never seen you here, and you're an advocate for the trolls to be gone. That's interesting. I'd like to have a pair of big eyes on a stick, and I can just go like this when I say someone's name. And that means, hi Tom Rose. I probably can make something with my Cricut. It's really, I'll watch it while I'll say. That would be cool, wouldn't it? I'd just be like, hi, so-and-so. You emailed some pictures I'd like to share. Gigi, how do we have Gigi's love back in here?
I don't know.
Hi, Earthbound.
Sorry, I had to figure out why my mic wasn't on.
Oh, okay.
Still getting used to Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the reason Mrs. Adelson doesn't want that the father's parents aren't allowed to see the kid is because Wendy feels that they're trying to take the kids away.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that she feels like they're trying to take the kids away is they were looking into foster care in case she was incarcerated. But since there was no reason why any of that would happen, it feels like they're trying to take her kids away. That was Wendy's testimony on the stand.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay. But did you watch the closing arguments today?
I missed a lot of them.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I missed those. A lot going on today, so I wasn't able to watch everything. I wish I could have.
Yeah, because they really went into that Catholicism thing and that givers and all that crap, and how she had to be a really great actress and act like her life depended on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to rile him up.
Yeah, I just wanted to, they were saying, tell them that you're going to baptize the kids and like you're going to this new church. And I mean, it was really crazy. And that, the mother did call him a religious zealot, and I guess he had the kids keeping kosher, and she immediately abandoned that as soon.
Yeah, and Wendy it wasn't as important to Wendy that they stay kosher. And then she had to go on to explain what kosher meant on the stand.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You can't mix the meat and
no.
dairy.
No, you have to, and if you're really, really kosher, you have to have 2 refrigerators, 2 dishwashers, 2 different,
right.
2 sets of dishes, 2 sets of pots. It's more than, there's people that, like, they do a form of kosher, and then there's the real kosher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know much about Dan's particular kosher, his habits, but we've pretty much figured out there were no kosher habits for Wendy and her family.
Right. Which is hard if you're not used to that, to just go ahead and start that. There's a lot. I mean, a lot to observe.
I wouldn't even try.
It gets to the point that, and I know many people that are, it's almost like an OCD. Like, you have to be so careful, and like if someone comes that's not, it's like, and it's hard for them to understand. You can't use the same dishes, you can't use the same silverware, you can't even cook in the same pot, so everything's going to be kept in a different place, and if somebody mixes it up, they go bananas. So yeah, and even the shopping carts and everything, it's a lot of work.
I guess we do that for our particular gods or whatever.
Not all Jews keep kosher,
right.
No, and I have a lot of Jewish friends, and they range from some are, ultra Orthodox, and they do, and others don't even, go to temple on the high holy days. So it's very varied.
Right, but when you do that, that when you do something for your faith, some people go to the major extremes.
Mm-hmm.
I could see doing kosher on the high holiday, on the high holy days, maybe, but beyond that, I think it'd be a little too hard.
Yeah, you don't. And then when it's Passover and you've got to clean every crumb of bread out of your house, that's a whole ritual too.
Right. So there's a lot of rituals.
Yeah, my girlfriend does all of that.
Like I said, when you are really into your faith, you will do anything.
Had double kitchens. Yeah, I know. You do that. Yeah, get your house clean, right, Mrs. Roger Rabbit? You make sure. I mean, it's serious cleaning. You don't keep kosher though. But I know many Jewish couples where one does and one doesn't. And I know one where the spouse will say if somebody wants to eat marshmallows, then it's okay, but he has to keep them in his car, and he eats marshmallows and all sorts of things. But just not bring it into the house but a lot of them, they got divorced anyway, so I don't know. They did. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that was, I don't think that was the reason. I just don't think it was a good match at all. When people keep kosher, Renee, one person in one of the couple, one half of the relationship, would like marshmallows, and the wife said, you're not bringing those in because they're not kosher. They do have kosher marshmallows, but he didn't want to eat the kosher marshmallows. He wanted the regular marshmallows that were not kosher. And so he would have to eat all of the non-kosher stuff in his car. She was the last to do that in your family, Dalia? Yeah, I mean, more and more they don't. Like, there's cafeteria, like my daughter was dating a guy, and it was so funny. She would say he keeps semi-kosher, but he eats cheeseburgers. What? You're not kosher at all if you're eating cheeseburgers. Okay? But she said, oh, but he doesn't have pork or bacon. I said, that is not kosher at all. I don't know. It was just crazy.
Well, considering kosher, part of being kosher means no dairy and no meat mixed together.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And he ate cheeseburgers, but yeah.
Yeah. There's no kosher there.
No. But no pork. So that, yeah, it's like a cafeteria kosher. Modern kosher. Your sister-in-law is from Fort Lauderdale but has a New York accent. Well, a lot of people in Fort Lauderdale are from New York. Is she by way of New York? So what else did you see? Anything today?
Not very much. I watched some of the reruns of, the rerunning of the closing arguments, but I didn't really get much out of them.
Mm-hmm. She was using his religion to hurt him with the children. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're just listening to closing arguments. Very interesting. I hope she doesn't get off. Do you think the jury's going to be back tomorrow? All this stuff about keeping kosher is making me really hungry. I didn't eat much, and I'm just thinking about food now.
Now you want a cheeseburger, right?
Yeah, something, yeah.
Forget kosher, just give me a cheeseburger.
I'll even take whatever, meat or cheese, something. I don't know.
It doesn't have to be together. Just give me some food. Some cheese and a burger. I won't even mix the two.
Cheese and nuts, cheese and fruit, peanut butter and an apple. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, we don't have to be worried about not being kosher if we have peanut butter and an apple.
Right. Yeah.
That sounds pretty kosher to me.
Yeah.
If you get the right kind of apples, but
Hey, Bella Mac, how are you? We have multicultural family. It's a mess at the holidays. Oh, I know about those. It's not a mess, though. It's like, it's everything, right? No, it's from the, it's actually, Silver Birches is in Lake Wallenpaupack, up towards the Poconos. Believe it or not, they have to be believe it or not, even they have to be kosher for Orthodox, they can be no pesticides. Believe it or not, even they have to be kosher. There can be no pesticides or bugs.
which is what I meant, Mrs. Roger Rabbit, by saying depending on the apples you get.
For the strict Orthodox. So what about the other case? Did you watch any of that?
Didn't get a chance to watch that either.
Wow.
My daughter had to go to the dentist this afternoon, and we had to get ready for that. Then we had to go to the grocery store. So from about 11:30 to 3:30, I was out of commission as far as trials went.
Hmm.
So I missed opening statements and haven't had a chance to watch those yet.
Really? Yeah.
Although I did get to see several times the rerun of the victim's statement from Botham John. No, not Botham John. The what was his name in the David Draca case, the Michael Draca case, his sentencing. I did get to see that.
Oh, yeah?
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't know.
Martin?
That's another kid. I don't know. You went to Dollar Tree again today, you go girl? I didn't see that. I started to watch the opening statements in the Seavers case. Did you see that, Diana, the Seaver case? The other murder for hire case, Diana, were you watching that? You guys have all been slacking off really, really bad. I mean...
You guys only just learned about it last night.
I know, but there's almost 600 people in here and no one's been watching the cases. Too many cases, Sonia? You started watching the Seavers, Mandy. You want to call in about it? You started the Seaver case. You want to call in, Kristen? You're way behind, Laughing Lori. Keep laughing. Did you all hear about the murder-suicide in Massachusetts? No. You want to call in and tell us about it?
Please do.
You've been watching Seavers, Mama T. You want to call in and talk about it? No. See this? No, I'm exercising. Sorry. Kristen says. Yeah. You've been 90 Day Fiancéing as light comedy. Have you been 90 Day Fiancéing yet? I don't know what's going on there. I watched it a little bit. I don't know. I can't understand that. I thought I didn't finish that one season, and apparently, like, I've seen everything. Oh, I'm sorry. She broke that at an exercise. Oh boy, I hope she is on the mend soon, Casey. You were at the sentencing on Chance. The judge was awesome. You want to call in and talk about it? Let me know. We've been doing hauls and spending too much money. Okay. 5-year-old boy killed family members in Illinois and will only wait, a 5-year-old boy. There's also a 9-year-old that started a fire. You heard that one? And killed, I think, his younger siblings. Did anybody hear that? What do you want to do with the 5-year-old? How did that happen? Are you talking about the fire, Victoria? He wrote children's books. Who? There's too many people. It's 9. Okay. He has she said he's schizophrenic or something. Schizophrenia. That boy was 9. The one with the fire was 9. He was 9, Tanya. Whatever happened with that 10-year-old that killed that baby at daycare? How did he start the fire? Massachusetts killer was a writer but didn't sell much. Oh, wait a minute. I think I heard about some writer that didn't sell much. Wait a second. I think I heard about that one. Or was that a book I just saw? Something about somebody being a washed up writer. They were never children's books. I don't know if it was children's books. I saw something about a writer that wasn't doing well, and then I saw a book in the dollar store about a writer that went on the road with his #1 fan or something. Do I remember when the 10-year-old what? What happened? Killed wife and 3 kids and then himself? How old? How old was he, Yuko girl? You want to come on and talk about it? He was unemployed. Deeply in debt. She was being charged as an adult, that 10-year-old at the daycare, wasn't she? Something like that, I believe so, Gemma. I hadn't heard about it since it went to court the first time. 10-year-old killed the old woman in Honesdale. Oh, wait a minute. I think I remember something about that. I hate to say it, but it feels easier to deal with when a parent is responsible, also ends their own life, as opposed to CW, TJ Jr. types. I didn't hear about the murder-suicide. I don't know much about it. 5 years ago. Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar, Delia. He was in his 40s, 3 kids under 12. What was his name? Never too late for mommy. Never too late for what? Too late for me to be on? Okay, Kathy, get some rest. I'm going to see if anybody has emailed, because see if anybody. Everybody's scared to get on the phone. I don't know why.
It's really not that bad.
It's not. What's going to happen?
You're not forcing us to show our face.
Sassy, I don't know. You're sending me something. I don't know what it is, though. Oh, Sharon went to Bronner's, or whatever, however you say. How did that trip go, Sharon? The Christmas trip. Where is she? I'm gonna go get something to eat while you guys are talking. I'll try to look at the chat. Hang on. I'm just gonna grab something quick. You're not scared, just exercising? Mm-hmm. If you're just come on without your face, how can you be self-conscious? Where's Sharon? You just have nothing to talk about, really? I'm sure you probably do. You're going to the cake, right? Hey, I'm going to the cake? What cake? Because it is taped and I'm showing my real name. Okay, so I'm showing my real name and my real face. Big deal. Don't be scared. Life is short, you'll be okay. Hold on, let me see what I'm gonna have. What I'm gonna eat.
You could change the information in Zoom. We'd love to have you call in, Sonia.
Yeah, somebody would be nice. Other shows, they get everyone and their brother to call in. I don't know why everyone is so scared over here. I wish someone would tell me. You're sending her an email? Oh, me? You coming on? Okay. You think I'm eating jelly? I am not eating jelly.
Hi, Diana. It's Earthbound.
I'm going to check the emails while I'm eating. I don't have any emails yet. I'm going to go on mute while I eat this. I don't want to feel that miss a piece of tostopia or whatever it's called.
Hi, Casbat. Hi, Diana.
What did he write there, Hugo Girl? What kind of books? What are some of the names? Sonia is good. It was a glass jar. And I am eating out of a bowl, but it's not cereal. It is not fruit.
I haven't had a problem at all, Robin.
Not olives. No, I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere. I'm just eating. I don't want to eat on the microphone because people have that phobia.
I'm sorry for the bad news, Diana.
I got you now, Kristen. I didn't know what you meant. It wasn't worded right. It wasn't my fault. Of course we can do the cake. What happened to Diana?
Bad news about her brother last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I already talked to her about that. Well, wrote her about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, definitely sorry. Praying for him. Whispered to me is kind of on the right track when she said pickled. Thanks for taking responsibility, Kristen. That's very big of you. Hennessy, I would never in my life eat pickled eggs. I would never eat a hard-boiled eggs, ever. Ever. That almost made me just lose my...
Diana, let Carolyn know if you want my email address. She'll give it over to you.
I'm back. I'm done. Okay.
So what did you eat? Did anybody guess it?
Yeah, I think, I had baby pickled beets.
Uh-huh.
They didn't
Then it
have
was-
asparagus.
That somebody did mention beets.
2 people did, but they didn't say baby beets.
Ah, well, but beets are beets.
Well, not really. Baby beets are little and whole. You did, and I think you did, and someone else. No, was it Whisper to me? I don't know. I would have had the asparagus, but they've been out of the asparagus. It's been impossible to find. I can't find it anymore. They're always out of it. It's every time I go shooting my mouth off about something, it's gone. So I've got to stop that. Real. I'm serious. Try freezing apple cider. What do you mean? I have apple cider in the refrigerator right now. Freeze it, and what do you do with it frozen? You just, I don't get, how is it really good? Like how? Who had a hairball? Not me. I wasn't coughing.
I didn't cough either.
Do you like pickled okra? I've never had pickled okra. Crushed cider. She said frozen cider. Cider lollies? Oh, you mean ice pops? Okay. I've never tried that. They're very, very good for you. Beets are extremely good for you. I don't know. The asparagus that I eat, I can't find it anywhere. The grilled marinated asparagus. Baby beets pickled. That's what I ate, Christo. The only thing I can't stand is like they're so red, right? I'm always scared to death of staining something. Pickled favorite chips? Oh, no, they don't, Chase. You have not had them pickled. They're really good for you, too. So no one's calling in to talk about any of the cases? What about Chris's book? Is anybody on here that emailed me about Chris's book? Where's Jennifer? Jennifer, I know. Our other vinegar is good for you. Don't tell anybody. But when I finish them, I drink the vinegar thing down. I love it. I've always loved vinegar stuff. Silver Birches, it's a resort in on Lake Wallenpaupack, where they have fresh Concord grapes growing all along the shore. You've heard enough of what? Of that? Vinegar every morning. Well, it looks like he's going high into the demon possession, that the house was haunted. Yeah. The lights turned back on when he turned them off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then dark things were going on, and he did very bad things. Isn't there a song like that? We did very bad things. No, something like I want to do very bad things with you. And what's that song? Isn't there's a song like that, right? I want to do really bad things with you in the dark or something. Nobody knows what I'm talking about? Okay. Oh, you do, Daniel? What is it? Bad things from that vampire show. How does it go? Sing a few bars. It's from True Blood? Because I don't even watch that, so how do... I don't think it is. It's like it's True Blood song. I don't think. Is it? I want to do bad things to you or something like that. Vinegar with the Mother. HBO. It's PK. What's PK? I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up because I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of. It's kind of dark and kind of bad things. Janice Everett, bad things. It's a guy that Jace Everett. Okay. Jace is a guy. Mrs. Roger Rabbit. You heard the book doesn't have the letters actually in it. The intro to it's a bit sick. I want to do bad things to you. How did we even get on this? Oh, about Chris doing very bad things. It's the kind to sit up in his room, heart-sick eyes filled up with blue. I don't know what you've done to me, but I know this much is true. I want to do bad things with you. Evil spirits. Exactly. Avoiding. Exactly. Cindy Watts, too. It was a demon. It was a demon. Then why are you worried about your precious little Wyatt? Because if it was, you don't have to worry about someone saying that he's going to grow up just like Chris. Because if it is a demon that possessed him, Chris was really good. So you should be thrilled when someone says that little Wyatt is going to grow up just like his Uncle Chris. Cutted beats too. Thanks for that. You're welcome. Chatting rubbish. You got your fingers to pop back in place. Oh. Once the attention stops pouring out, he may crack and finally tell the things. He's never going to tell the truth, Tessa. W. Windsor, Cartoon M. Hi, how are you? Where's my eyes? I need my big eyes. I have to get the eyes. It's going to be easy. Maybe I can take the Cricut and put some big eyes on this and then just have it come up just a little, very slow. Not like that. Very slightly, like right here. NK must be worried sick. Can you make the... I have to make a big... You know what? I think I actually used to have some really huge googly eyes. Like they were the kinds that were supposed to stick on trees, though they would never stay on trees. I had those somewhere. The big, huge eyes. I think the Dollar Tree might even have those. The huge eyes. I've got to do that. I won't even say anything. I just bring it up here on the side and not say a thing. The ambulance is bringing him home? But he came home for a little while, right? Between that? Can't have got that far away from me. Yeah, I know, wildlife. They're fakers.
Remember, on Walmart.com, they have a lot of other sellers. The marketplace.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it. Oh my gosh, I hate that so much.
So you may not see a lot of that stuff in the store.
No, but this is definitely Walmart stuff because people are finding it in the store. And it's not, it's them. It's them. And Sharon showed me her reindeer sign came today. Mm-hmm. Yep. Nothing at your Walmart laughing, Lori? I don't know like what section they're in. Like, you know what? If I do have to go return his holy jeans, there's like two different Walmarts that I can stop at and see, just for kicks. Your Walmart obsolete anything? Yeah. Oh, what big eyes. Better to see. Sonia's Walmart and yeah, Sonia's the one that took us into that IKEA, right? Seemed like he didn't know for sure how yeah, sure, you can't believe anything he says. You're going to check yours. What state are you in, Millie Mill? You have Walmart envy? None in Australia?
Walmart's not all that.
It's not usually all that. It's all that because of all this. I'm very shocked that they have this kind of stuff. And the prices. It's like that South Park. They were trying to not go to Walmart and they all went in there and like, a screwdriver set for $2. We can't stop. Can you try to organize go ahead, Angel Callie. Organize your little heart content there. Yes, right, Sonia? Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, the boys are dressing up for Halloween. I don't know for what yet. I don't know what. Halloween is, I know, it's not, if they cancel Halloween, I would kind of be a little bit glad. I know that sounds bad, but it's such a hassle up here, you have no idea. Because the houses are not close together. And we have to go like everybody has to go into a small town. There's like, that you go in just to go trick-or-treating. And it's just, it's crazy. What do you have to do to get into Slack? You send me an email. And then as soon as all the checks are run, then we can put you in. How do you find your workplace? No. Sonia, I'll put you in there. You'll get an invitation. You go right in the workplace. You can't get in like that. There's no, you got to go in through the email. Slack is a place where we slack off. It's the most horrible thing for a productive, what is supposed to be a productive site. Slack.
Are we supposed to be crafty if we join Slack?
Well, I mean, it's a craft group. You could be crafty or wannabe. You could be a wannabe crafty.
I'm not either one.
You're not? So. No? You don't even want to try being crafty?
Not too much. My sister does all that for us.
What do you do for hobbies?
I don't get to have hobbies.
Oh.
My daughter is everything.
How old is your daughter?
She's 24.
Oh, okay.
But she, like I said like I've said before, she's autistic and epileptic, and she takes a lot of attention.
Oh, okay.
I barely get to go to the grocery store without, and I can't go without her very often.
Mm-hmm.
I might get an hour away. Just nobody can take care of her. She's difficult.
Oh, wow. Sonia says you're a good caregiver.
Thank you. I do the best I can.
You do all kinds of crafts, Willow? Sew, knit, crochet, cross stitch, make soap and bath bombs, and you bake. Why aren't you leading a group then? You should be doing a tutorial then.
Bath bombs or toilet, like toilet bombs or something like that. Where natural.
Do they make toilet bombs?
You can. I've looked them up, but doing them with natural and with essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't gotten around to trying it.
No, I mean here, Willow, on our channel, we do tutorial lives. We had a painting tutorial live. Random Guy Jeff did that. We had Mama Ames do a flower arranging and craft. And Frilly Farmhouse is supposed to do wreaths. We have houses like these. Paper mache houses going on this Saturday, I think. And to be determined the time. And we're going to have our own Cricut classes, which will separate so we don't annoy people that are not Cricut people. We're going to have live Cricut classes. And see, Angel Callie would love to make soaps. Where is the list to sign up? Send me an email. I'll put you in Slack. Angel Callie's going to organize the craft group. She'll get you hooked up. What else have I got down there? Not too much else right now. Toilet, Melly Bomb, Melly Mel. Did you say where you lived? I missed it. What state? Email me at carolyn@truecrimechat.org. It's in the video description. You have a birthday party at 3? Oh, it'll have to be after. These people are not before 3 people. You know that, right, Adrienne? Is there anyone in here that's doing the houses besides me and Adrienne? You can get the paper mache houses at Hobby Lobby. So you could go out tomorrow to Hobby Lobby and get them if you didn't order them from Amazon. And it's a good thing, too, because they're cheaper at Hobby Lobby. You've seen that house? You've never seen that house. A Cricut machine it's like a die cutter, Diana. It cuts out decals, it cuts out wood, it cuts out all kinds of things. What else besides the houses? Well, I think both Mama Ames and Frilly Farmhouse are going to do wreaths. And then I think there's a cake from an apple, what is that, a sour cream coffee apple cake from Kristen. I think she said November 1st she wants to do that. And then what else did we have? We have the decoupage, but poor Lisa is laryngitis now. So yeah, hey Maui. I'm trying to see what else. There was somebody else I just said. You have no idea how the video class will work. Well, don't be scared, Nanette. Just jump right in there. It's like a jump rope. Just look and then just jump in and start jumping.
Is that the way starting a YouTube channel works too? Just jump into it?
You've got to. The time is never perfect, ever.
I'm just intimidated. I've got a channel. I just got nothing going yet.
Just start saying. I've seen videos that I'm just like, what the heck? And people are watching them. With people literally in the dark. You know, and they're hosting in the dark, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've seen people do all kinds of things. I've seen people walk around their house and just walk around their house, just like not doing anything, but just saying like, now I'm getting a cup of coffee. Okay, putting my coffee on the table. I'm getting some half and half out. What are you guys doing? Nothing? Okay, good. I'm gonna have some toast now. I've seen channels just like that, and people watch.
Wow. I don't think I could. Well, I don't drink coffee, but I don't think I could stand to watch a channel like that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. You can go live, Julie. You can't go live on, I think it's on a smartphone, like a mobile device, but you can go live on a computer. No matter, if you have 10 subscribers, you can go live. People just talk and face their camera. Yeah, that's the best one, right? They put their camera on a rug. Or now what they're doing is they're putting paper in front of their camera. Okay, so you don't see them at all. I feel so bad when I go off camera for a minute because people get upset. Like, when are you coming back on? But they put something like, how do they do it? Some wacko way like this, and that's what you look at. But they have like lines coming through. That's loose leaf paper, but it's not like that. It's even weirder than that. It's like how it looked before that. And they just talk with that paper in front of it.
My last video was of my cat sleeping and me talking about how I really don't know what to do with the channel and I might not do anything at all.
Yeah, but some people just talk. See, and it's just it's crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of channels. I just ate, Christo. I just ate a whole thing of beets. You just go online and film as we go. Step by step. You don't have to be good at crafts. It's so fun. Yeah, take pictures of like when you go, I don't know, the super. I see lots of people just like talk. They talked in the car.
I don't really know.
Thank you,
Just don't know what kind of topics to talk about.
Well, maybe how about talk about your caregiving?
Oh, I just feel like that's, for me, it just feels like I'm complaining.
Well, but maybe you'll connect with other caregivers that need to vent or something.
Could be, I suppose. I've thought about it, like a kind of like a video diary of the day, just discussing how whatever went on that day and how it was draining or how it was good or how it was however negative. But then I just thought, well, nobody's going to want to listen to that. That just sounds like somebody complaining about taking care of their kid.
Yeah, but I think someone that's probably like someone in your position, right, might say, oh my gosh, that's someone I can relate to. You know, like a day in the life of an adult daughter, you know, the caregiver of an adult daughter with autism.
I could probably do that. I still probably wouldn't want to put her into it, though.
No, but
I mean,
you wouldn't
like,
have to. I mean, she wouldn't have to be on it, but you could just say, like, some of the things these are what I'm struggling with today. This is what I really need to work on. And then you would probably connect up with a lot of other people, and you could either, you know, offer yourself tips or, you know, new ideas how to handle situations, Sonia said.
I'm reading. These are good ideas. I'm still kind of intimidated, but I'll consider all this.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, just you always it's always what you say. Like when people want to start a blog or something, I always say, "Do you like writing?" And then write about what you know. Because if you just do something like there were a lot of bloggers that started and they just made blogs just because, oh, that's the kind of niche they're getting, but they didn't like it, they'll never keep up with it. So always write about what you know, what you like, what you have a passion for, because if you don't like it, it's going to be miserable, you know?
I certainly don't think it'd be an everyday thing. And right now I've got maybe 13 subscribers, 12 subscribers. And I'm lucky.
Everybody starts with just one.
I mean, I had 3 or 4 before I even started putting videos up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you know, that was nice to have people come in and you know, subscribe to me, probably just because I subscribed to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nice. So then I threw up a 20-second video showing my cat. And just
people like animals. That's very good. People do like animals a lot.
Just trying to kind of practice learning. Like I haven't even begun to learn about editing anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at editing photos, but editing a video, I'm not sure about that.
There's some simple programs that are easier to use. Like Filmora is a very simple program to use.
And then I got to learn how, you know, just learn all the ins and outs of it. And
everybody starts, you know, somewhere same place. But Mary Warren says, I have an adult son with epilepsy and I could really relate and watch you. See?
The epilepsy part is so much easier for me now than the autism. But I've been doing the epilepsy since she was a year old, so now she's 24. So, you know, after all these years, for me, it got easier to watch the seizures. And I've seen her whole gamut of them. And the doctor, we used to take her to the hospital pretty much every time. And the doctors finally said, you don't have to bring her in every time she has a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't taken her in because of seizures in a long time, because nothing is unusual for her. The only time we do worry about it and get her seen is when she has seizures more often at one time, like back-to-back type seizures.
Are you a single parent?
Yes. Her dad lives in Florida.
Oh. And where you live in Colorado?
Yes. He's in Tampa, so he's kind of a distance from all these murder for hire cases. So
yeah, but there was something that happened near Tampa, wasn't there? You're laughing. Lori's in Colorado. And we finally asked the when do I have to go in question. You don't think to ask if there is a specific thing you should be looking for. I might really relate to a channel run by an autistic person. Well, she's the mother of a caregiver. I'm sure you could find that too on YouTube, Jordan. You could really give some insight to people starting down this road, earthbound.
If only I had insight.
But you don't know. You probably don't think you have insight, but you have more insight than someone.
Well, I guess if anybody's an expert on my daughter, it'd be me.
Right.
But it's still, I pretty much live on, walking on eggshells, trying to keep from even remotely upsetting her.
Does she get violent?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got pictures. The cops have been out. The Lakewood police. Almost everybody knows us.
Oh.
It's a difficult, very difficult life. Not that other people don't have difficulties. It's not like I'm saying other people don't have difficult situations. Right. We all have some things in our lives that are pretty difficult. That just happens to be mine.
Right. And so is she in any kind of a is there any kind of a program, or do you have like I know we have them around here where there's day programs and they take them out and ride horses and do activities, and is there anything like that around where you are?
She gets kicked out of the programs because of her behaviors.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is she big? Like, or is she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's 5'8", almost 300 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I'm a whopping 5'3", 150.
So she can hurt you.
Oh, she has, yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
And then I called my dad for help, as opposed to, rather than calling the cops. But she started assaulting him now too. So I don't want to call him every time we need help. But I don't want to call the police every time we need help either.
Right. And how often does she have an outburst like that?
Several times a month. Some don't require any help from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
She'll settle down kind of quickly. I've learned that if I fake cry during one of the episodes, that might help her slow down a little bit faster, or stop a little bit faster. She'll still be mad, but she'll have stopped assaulting me.
And where is she now? Is she sleeping?
Yeah. Well, at least I think she is. And
Right.
if she is, she'll probably be awake in an hour anyway. But she'll pretty much leave me alone until 9 or 10 in the morning, unless something goes wrong. She'll wake me up at like 3 a.m. And then she still expects to wake me up. It's like, hello, you haven't even let me sleep yet.
Is she verbal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she can talk, but can she talk about her feelings?
Not very well. She can tell you she's mad. She can tell you she's upset, but she can't really describe why.
Do you know any triggers what makes her go off?
Everything.
Everything.
There is so many things. Sometimes she gets triggered by it. Sometimes she doesn't. And she'll say, "You're yelling at me," even though I didn't raise my voice at all. It's just, it's bizarre. I've got some audio recordings that are just 15 minutes of listening to our conversation back and forth, and how she just cycles and cycles the same information. And I keep answering with the same answers, but it's still like a 15, that's just the recording 15 minutes. That's not even recording a whole day of it.
Right. Wow. And is there anything that she's like, is she into anything? Does she have any hobbies or anything that?
No, she does pretty much her YouTube stuff. She likes to watch other people's channels on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
that are talking about things like American Girl. She likes she used to be so into Clifford you couldn't get her to put her stuffed Clifford doll down. Now she barely touches him.
Uh-huh.
No, I think I do, Sonia, but not just from my daughter. She's 24, Carla.
And does she see a therapist?
No, because people can't work with her. We got a psychiatrist, but all he does is take care of her meds.
Mm-hmm.
And we do meds to try to control some of these behaviors.
So, and when she goes, you take her out to the store and stuff. Does she ever? Is she okay when you take her out?
Most of the time, but she's had a few fits at the store where you're always afraid. Right now, Delia, we're working on it, trying to find some. She'll have a couple fits at the store if she really wants something, and I tell her no. She'll put herself up into a shelf and just. Fortunately, she hasn't really thrown anything off the shelves. I actually had to give in and buy her a Mr. Potato Head one day just to get her out of the store.
Mm-hmm.
She never played with that Mr. Potato Head.
At least it was something not too expensive, right?
Right.
Mr. Potato. Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, that sounds hard. I bet that is hard when she has a breakdown of the store. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
We can take all the prayers we can get. Thank you so much.
Definitely praying for you. Yeah, it's a hard road.
And then there's this possible cancer that's coming up. A specialist to see me.
For you?
Yep.
Oh no.
I have a spot on my kidney. No, Carlos, this is my only one. So I have to go in and be tested and make sure this spot that keeps showing up in the CT scan isn't, they say it's enhancing like renal cell carcinoma would.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of the lymph nodes in the area are too. So I have to go to the specialist, and that's not for another couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
For them to look at it all over again. So, and I've been doing that for about 15 years.
For checking your kidney?
This spot's been on my kidney for 15 years, but nobody was concerned that it was cancer 15 years ago.
Right.
But now it's a different set of doctors, and now they are. So.
But it's probably, it's a good sign you've had it for 15 years.
And yeah,
right?
I've gained plenty of weight over those years.
Yeah, but I'm sure, take that as a positive sign that if you had it for 15 years, it's,
right.
Because I think my sister had something going on with a kidney once, and it wasn't anything. So hopefully, that'll be okay. But it's scary, yeah.
But to think of how do I take if it were to end up being cancer,
mm-hmm.
then how does treatment go? There's not much you can do for kidney cancer, and then. If I'm sick, if I'm that sick, how do I take care of my daughter? Then it turns back over to her dad in Florida, who she only really knows on the phone.
Mm.
I've only got my dad, Bethany. So
your dad lives near you?
Yeah.
yeah, that's something. But we'll definitely pray for you for your situation and for the kidney. But I hope that the kidney is, I think it's, if you've had it for 15 years, I mean, has it changed much over the 15 years?
Well, I can't get the records from the old doctor to compare it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember, what size they said it was at the time. The old urologist said it was just a slough. So, that doesn't really tell me anything. That's all I remember. So it really doesn't tell me a whole lot to compare to what we know now.
Oh, Georgie, you lost your 25-year-old son last month? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Many
Definitely
prayers for you too, Georgie.
Yeah. Definitely pray for you, Georgie. They found a spot, Willow said they found a spot on one kidney also last month. They are saying it's a cyst. I'm hoping that's all it is. Well, prayers for you, Willow. That's just a cyst there, nothing.
They thought this was just a cyst too for a while, so it could still be just a cyst.
Yeah, it could be.
It could still be just a slough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm not going to ignore.
No, don't ignore it. But I mean, if you've had it that long, it's encouraging that, why did you have it looked at in the first place all those years ago? Were you having problems?
I was having pains other places, and the specialist couldn't find it, so they sent me to anything that might be causing it. So they sent me to the next specialist, and they prescribed stuff and diagnosed stuff, and that didn't help. So I got back to the original, and then they sent me on to the next one in line, and that was the urologist. And then it, with all of that finding nothing, I just kind of moved on. And I had actually forgotten about this spot on my kidney until they brought it up this time. I'm like, oh yeah, that's been there forever. I knew that was there. Hasn't caused any problems yet.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, definitely will pray, but I take some encouragement that you've had it that long.
And I told the doctor, I said, it's been there this long. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if they were really concerned, they would have you come in like a lot sooner, right?
Well, they had to send me over to the specialist, and then you have to get the appointment with the specialist, and that takes time.
Yeah, but normally I know my son, when his when it came back after they took his lymph nodes out, and this once they said it was Hodgkin's, they got us in that day to the oncologist. That day. So it's usually if they're suspecting something, that they can get you in like right away if they suspect something.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out how serious and how quickly they want to act when this urologist takes a look at everything.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if I get referred on to the nephrologist, depending on whether they really think this is, needs to be biopsied or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It's been there 15 years. Why lose sleep over it?
Yeah, right. Because it could be nothing, right? And then you just they always say don't worry until there's something to worry about.
Right.
That's easier said than done a lot of the times, but
well, it is. But and then for them to say, well, it's possible, it's cancer. Well, who doesn't worry about cancer?
Right. Yeah. But almost everything is possible. It could be cancer. It's almost like everything, right?
Right. But nobody was concerned 15 years ago, so I'm not worried about it now until I get to the next, to the urologist again, and he decides whether I need to move on to the next specialist. So that's all you can really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Willow, my son that was in 2011, and knock on wood, when we went into the oncologist that day, it didn't even, he had the best kind, well, Hodgkin's lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease is like one of the best cancers. I think other than thyroid, they say thyroid cancer is one of the best cancers. if a cancer is good, my aunt is a nurse and constantly tells me that. But Hodgkin's lymphoma, especially the stage my son was at, which was like 0, because it didn't even show up. It was inconclusive even on the needle biopsies. So that's why they were very shocked when they took it out that it came back. The surgeon was as well. And there's like different level, whatever. He didn't need any other treatment since it was out, but we did opt for 17 days of radiation, and it was in his neck, and so he had 17 days of radiation back in 2011. And knock on wood, they said that's usually it, especially when they're young like that, and it's 95% have total cure from it and never have an issue with it again. So
My sister had her thyroid stage 4 taken out last summer.
how's she doing?
She's doing okay. The doctor wanted her to do radioactive iodine, and but she didn't get to do that, and now they still want her to do it because there's still, even though the thyroid itself is out, there's still thyroid tissue in there, and they're still concerned that she's probably cancerous. So we're both kind of sitting in that concerned area. And there's not much we can do, but she's got a husband and a small child. You can't be around other people when you're doing radioactive iodine. So it's hard, it's going to be hard for her to do that. Her husband isn't very supportive about it.
No?
No. And my mother's not supportive about it.
Supportive about her cancer treatment?
Correct.
Why?
My mother is she believes in everything being natural. There's hardly any.
Because of that?
My mother, and then her husband, it's a long story about her husband. Her husband he had to live out of the house for a while due to a restraining order, which was my mom's fault. Well, it was his fault, but my mom was the one that called it in. And so he was living out of the home. He could have kept the baby, and she could have done it. She could have done it at that point, but he was making such a big deal about everything that he wouldn't be supportive about it. And he could go and stay back with his mom where he was staying back then with the baby. He's actually 3 now, so we're not really talking baby anymore. But he could have stayed with that, with her for this, for her to do it now. But he's a man. He doesn't want to do any of that. He's been on his own for a long time. I get it, but you also have to be supportive of the fact that she could still be cancerous. And let her do get out of the house, take the baby, take the little boy.
Right.
Take your toddler and go stay with your mom for, I think, 2 weeks, and let her get this out. Let her get this done. And she may or may not survive. Aren't we all dying every day? It's, her doctor says you may live, you may not. Well, we all may live, we all may not. Anything can happen.
How did she, when they discovered it, she was at a stage 4?
Yep.
Wow. How'd she have it? A lump in her neck?
I don't know, but she didn't talk about it. She didn't talk about it until right up until she was getting ready to go into surgery.
Wow.
So it was difficult to really plan much around it. So it was there, and there's all kinds of anti-cancer supplements my mom wanted her to take. And like, this is stage 4. The supplements are not anti-cancer anymore. You don't reverse stage 4 any cancer just by taking an anti-cancer supplement.
Right.
So it was, and then of course, we knew she had I think it was I don't know if it was overactive or underactive. We knew that about her thyroid, whichever one it was, but we didn't know that it was going to end up being a cancer thing.
Right. Well, the overactive, underactive is very, very common, and it doesn't mean someone's going to have cancer. Most women moved like at a certain period of time. They usually do have something going on with their thyroid,
Right.
but yeah, if there's not I've had nodules, and I had to have them biopsied. It'll be 2 years ago in November. That is horrendous, but knock on wood, they were non-cancerous. But my doctor told me, even if they were, again, like my aunt, just how curable thyroid cancer is.
Right.
And I know other people that have had the operation and they never even had to have any additional treatment. Yeah, my aunt has always said thyroid cancer is one of the best cancers if you get cancer. It's one of the best, though there is one very rare type, which the son-in-law of someone I know, he died like immediately. It was so fast. But the majority is very curable. She always says it's one of the best to get if someone has to get it. But overactive, underactive, nodules, that's all very common, and a lot of times they're just benign.
Right.
So.
And that's, I think, why that's why we didn't end up really talking about it much is, okay, so you have an overactive or an underactive thyroid. That's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, now it's cancer and way advanced. But they were able to do the surgery and remove it. And then that's one thing I think about is take the kidney. It's like, so what?
Mm-hmm.
If it's cancer, take the kidney. I've got the other one, and all the tests so far say my kidneys are functioning just fine. So again, that's a plus too. All the testing says the kidneys are working like they're supposed to. And so it just kind of adds a little more reason not to lose sleep over this little spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's functioning properly, if they're functioning properly, then there wouldn't be, you wouldn't see any changes. But if one's working and the other one's kind of not, you might see some changes. And there just doesn't seem to be any problem with all that workup. So I'm not gonna I'm not losing sleep over it. I've known about this for this has been about 3 weeks since the doctor called to let me know, well, we want you to go in and see the urologist about this spot on your kidney. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna do it because I'm not going to ignore it, but I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it either. It's been there forever.
Yeah, I mean, that's, take comfort in that you've had it for a long time. And it gets, people just like, even when you discuss things like this, I bet you there's 5 people thinking like, oh my gosh, I have to go in about that. I might have something. But that's just, the way it is. Don't talk. You have to have another ultrasound. I do too, Lindy. I go every year to make sure. And I get panicked have you ever had the biopsy? But knock on wood, last year when I went back, I think one of them was gone and the rest were smaller, and I'm hoping for good news again, and that's all you can do.
We don't know, Bethany, because we can't get the records to tell what it was back when they first found it?
The thyroid, yeah, the biopsies are, it's ridiculous how painful they are. Hey, Jessica. Sharon, did you go to Bronner's? You had a biopsy every year. I don't like. I had radiation after. Oh, breast cancer? You had a biopsy of what every year? Just different of your breast? Or is it your thyroid? Try a an absolute nightmare. You went? How was it? On your breast because they thought you had cancer? Oh, a mammogram? Yeah. Yep, Christel. After a tumor was removed? Oh, okay. Oh, good, good. Good, Liz. They stick a hose pipe type thing down your throat. Yeah. Doesn't sound pleasant. Wow, Georgie, that's sad. "26 years ago, but every now and then I feel like..."
Thank you, Kindness Cake.
Three carcinomas. Oh, really, Maria? No, the whole, I think it's something for their stomach. The thyroid is, and you have to get by. My niece has to go, and she's only 26. But hers are non-cancerous too, but they have to keep it. The biopsy is terrible. It's so horrible. They actually go into your neck, they have a sonogram. They can't give you any tranquilizer or anything. And they have a sonogram that goes on one side, and then they go, I have a video up before I even did videos, the day that I had it done, and I look like I had been thrown under a bus and run over, and I tell you, like, it was the worst pain. I have a high threshold for pain. It was the worst thing. And I was like, first, and it was the thing, like, they're like, oh, you don't really have to have someone with you. And they're like, downplayed it completely. Thankfully, I brought Jimmy. And they go in with a needle. And I had 4 that had to be done, okay? Each nodule has to have a needle pass through it 3 different times, okay? The needle is like this big. And they can't knock you out. Look, I never even like anesthesia. I'm scared. I would have taken all the anesthesia in the world. It was so bad. I thought I was going to die. I was like, they can't do this anymore. And oh my gosh, the pain afterward, oh, horrendous. That's why I was so scared last year, because my niece, we got them. The second time she went in, hers either stayed the same or got a little bit bigger or something. She had to go again. And I told Jimmy, if they tell me I have to go again, I'm just going to say, take my thyroid the freak out. I can't. If you can't put me out for that, I can't do that again. It was horrible. And the thing is, somebody told me, because I had it done, she's like, oh, it doesn't hurt. You know, like, they were like, oh, it doesn't hurt at all. Don't tell me it doesn't hurt at all when it was horrendous. So yeah, then now I'm like freaked. So now when I go back again, like I like pray, please go, don't be there, or be a little, or I just can't. They would make. Yeah, I don't see. The thing is, for me, like I said, I have a high threshold for pain. And you have to be extremely still, as you can imagine, right? I just can't understand how people that are scared of needles or don't have a pain threshold would even lay there and let them do. I mean, this is almost barbaric. I can tell you. I mean, they do colonoscopies under anesthesia or twilight sleep. I just don't understand how they would not give someone something, and how someone would, because there were just silent tears rolling down my cheeks. Jimmy's like, Jimmy knows I have a very high threshold for pain, and I was just like literally losing it. It's absolutely horrible, right, Mrs. McJagger? Horrible. There's a lot of other things they give you stuff. It's horrible. And then it's like, you just think it's one stick, and then she's like, no. And then after you get to know the routine, and that she does like 3 passes through each nodule, then you just know how many more you have left. And it's like freaking. Had me freaking out. I'm like, I just can't do it. Oh, Tamara. Yeah, it was really something. Yeah, but Mrs. I don't know. Because my sister's like, she thought her daughter took something, but her daughter didn't. So she's like, ask them for a Xanax or something. And they're like, no, we can't give you anything. But anyway, what time is it now? Oh my gosh, it's almost 4. Yeah, I'm going to try to get off now because I think I have to go out early for Jimmy's holy pants. I think it's something with the test or something, Alicia. It's not good. And the time I had an endometrial biopsy, I heard some lady screaming her lungs out in the room once. And they told me, oh, it hurts so much, an endometrial biopsy hurts so much. I didn't even feel the endometrial biopsy. Didn't even feel it. And so, I don't know. You hope I find non-holy pants? Is it 4? It is 4 in the morning here, Gemma Davis. Yeah, so well, God bless you, Georgie, and God bless everyone that's going through a hard time. We'll definitely keep you in my prayers, and I know you're in the bunch of the Ramblers prayers there. And everyone have a good night. Thank you to the moderators, and everybody take it easy, and hope everyone's happy and healthy, and things go well, and people have consolation for the grief they're going through and everything else. And Jimmy's pants. All right.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, Earthbound. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, let me see how I get out of here. I have to go over here. And yes. Right. Love you guys. Love you, Susan. Bye-bye.